Hello, I'm Alex, and I'm going to show you how to set the ASAv to use Telnet, like the console, compared to the tight VNC viewer that it uses by default. And this is with the assumption that you already have an ASV template set up in your GNS3 that is working. So you're going to want to go to right-click it and click Configure Template. And under Advanced Usage, you want to make sure Use Linked-Based VM is unchecked. It'll be checked by default, but you need to uncheck that so we can make changes to the template. And then we're going to go ahead and start this up and wait for this to load. Okay, so now our ASA is loaded up and booted up. Took a few minutes. You're going to want to go in. Obviously, it has no default password, and we need to cd into the core dump info folder, and then we're going to copy the core dump.cfg file onto disk 0 and name it use tty capital S 0, not O. Okay, we're going to confirm that it's there. It is. And then since it's on the local directory, the files, you don't have to write a config or anything like that, and we didn't make any config changes. So we're free to go ahead and just reload the ASA. And I'll be back once that go ahead and loads up, and I'll show you where to go from there. Okay, and now that the ASA is booted back up, you're going to see that it says Lena to use serial port dev TTY-S0 for console IO. So the tight VNC isn't going to work anymore, so we can go ahead and close that. Turn off your ASA and delete it. And we're going to go to Configure Templates, set this to Telnet, and turn back on Use as Linked-Based VM. So that every time you drag over the ASA to your workspace, you're going to be able to make changes, delete it, re-add it, and it's not going to save them to the actual config. So we can go ahead and start it, and we'll just make sure that it works. And this part does take a little bit to boot because you're not going to get all the booting messages, so it does take about 30 seconds to a minute depending on your server or your VM, depending on your GNS3 setup. But I'll be back once this boots up, and we'll make sure that it's working properly. Okay, the ASA is all loaded up. We're telling it in, and everything seems to be working perfectly. Thank you for watching.